Alright, welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. So, yellow is my favorite color. My name is James Williams Jr. And this is a painting that I drew in ink, and now I'm putting on the paint. Alright, so I haven't posted my other videos, but if you're watching this and they are posted, this is what this video is about. This video is my I'm not sorry, so deal with it video. Alright, some of my previous videos, not the singing videos, please go watch those. I talked about accountability and lack thereof in my family and a lot of other things. You know, if you're watching that video, then you've probably watched those videos if you're here. If you haven't and you're jumping around, that's fine. You know, like I said, I try to give you guys 99.9. This damn ink smeared, so this painting's a little messed up now. But I'm going to keep going. I'm actually going to put me and my partner on this page. See, really, it's my crush, but no one's got to know. I didn't give her any identifying emblems or symbols. Yeah. So, alright, as you all know, I'm 47 years old. I'm not living my best life yet, but I am going to change that. Day by day, I'm making changes. Whether people like them or not is going to be a bit of a problem. But for the most part, I'm making life changes so that I can finally live the life that I should have been living 20 fucking years ago instead of this crap life that I'm living now. Now, if you're up to speed with me, you know I'm going to school for police science and criminal justice. Not something that I really want to do, but, you know, when you need a job, you need a job. Alright? And sometimes sacrifices must be made. This is my sacrifice. You know. And not just a song from Creed. But, you know, I'm doing what I need to do to get where I need to be. And those life changes are involving just cutting off family members in general and letting them have to deal with growing up and doing the shit that they need to do for themselves instead of having Plan James always being the guiding light that has to take the fucking bullet for everybody else's choices. And by choices, I mean children that they've all had, which was their choice. A choice that I didn't get to have. Just like it was a choice I didn't choose to babysit. So I want to get that out the way. You know, and if my family's watching, tell all of y'all who got in my way, fuck you. You know who the hell you are. Because none of them back me on any of this stuff. They don't back me on YouTube. They don't back me in my acting career, which is like totally non-existent. Other than my own shit, which sadly was stolen. You know, so I know you guys think, why you keep dwelling on that? Well, you know, let something that you worked hard on get stolen. And then get back with me when you stop dwelling on it. Yeah, it's been 11 years since my shit was stolen. But still, just think of all that time that I could have been making movies with that one series that was supposed to set me and my friends on the journey into greatness. You know, let that set in for a minute. Now you got your hopes and your dreams built up on this shit. You know, people took time out of their lives to help you, and you let them down. You didn't do it intentionally. They know that. You know that. Some asshole sitting in Alabama has my shit. You know, let that shit sink into your head for a minute. How when someone puts hard work together, when people from different worlds come together to make something awesome, and someone from a different world just happens to steal all your hard work, all all of your footage, everything that you worked on. Let it sit in. Let it sit in. Let it sink in. Let it salivate in your brain for a hot minute. Because you worked hard. People took days off when they couldn't afford to take days off to help you film a movie where no one was getting paid. And then some asshole robs your guy who's going to put special effects in your shit. And so no one in the world knows who the hell you are, your hidden potential, or any of that shit. It's going to take me forever to put this shit back together to almost perfect. Because the footage that person has was fucking perfect. Period. The footage that I have, like the raw footage that's left, that's not missing, it didn't get recorded over, let that shit sink in for a minute. As you know, I would almost kill to find that person who has my shit in Alabama. I wouldn't kill that person. I might have a sock party for that person, but I wouldn't kill them because, that's not going to give me my shit back. I have placed my address in this thing plenty of times. I have literally put my life on the line talking about some. I live at 512 Rougemont, Charlottesville, Virginia, because I do. And I just want my shit back. I'm not going to take this asshole to court or any of that shit. I just want my shit back. That's it. Now, it's not that damn difficult of a task. Whoever has it, if they haven't deleted it, is sitting in somebody's room in Alabama because they took it from a special effects guy. They took my old computer. He replaced that. He got me a new laptop way back after it happened. But it's the principle. Then me and my friends worked so fucking hard on that fucking movie, man. All my hopes and dreams were in that one thing. And now that I haven't been able to contact people, to get some help at rebuilding, because there's other things I can do. I mean, I'm fixing on doing something else. And hopefully within the next 2 years or whatever, after I find all the footage and can find the time to remake the series, I think I'm just going to make the series into one big fucking movie. Because that'll solve the problem. Because it would wind up being like almost a 2-hour movie. It's a series. Each episode was like 40 minutes or 25 minutes or some shit like that. Or 15 minutes. I don't remember exactly how many minutes. But I hope to find all the raw footage and re-put it up there. So that I know. Damn it. That way I know that it got done. And I like to have it up here before I get any older. Or before I have a tragedy and die or something. As you know. That's how that works. But yeah, if you're watching the other videos, then as I said last night, about accountability and no support whatsoever. And I mean, if I could have my dream right now, not just my dream girl, but my dream, I would never not be working. I would just be making movies all fucking day long. They'd have to chase me out of the fucking studio. Because it's what makes me happy. I just really want to be happy. Above all else, I just really want to be happy. And lots of things make other people happy. I'm not against anything that makes somebody happy as long as it's legal. As long as nobody's children or animals are getting hurt, and I'm okay with that. But my personal happiness is making kung fu films. You know, that's kind of what I do. And so, that being said, I would much rather be making kung fu movies every day until I die. You know, or some movie or some capacity. And don't get me wrong, there's more to me than meets the eye. I love science fiction. I love scary movies. I would make them too. And if you're listening to Hollywood, I don't have to be the star. I can die in the first 5 minutes of the film. Just make sure that the check has my name on it. If never given a chance, we'll never know if I'm Oscar-winning material. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not getting into this business for that shit. I am not trying to win an Oscar or an Emmy or any of that stuff that a lot of people get into acting for. Winning the hearts and minds of people, that I can do. Because that's kind of what I want to do. But as far as like the other stuff, I just want to make movies. Really just want to make movies because making movies make me happy. It's hard work. Totally worth it if you can just get your foot in the door, which has been my problem. Because unfortunately, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all these other things are not the magic bullet for me. It would be great if they were, but the stone cold truth is that they're not. I don't have enough followers. I don't have enough people who give a shit about me to really push me over the threshold. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to complain about it because it's not going to change anything. All I can do is just keep pushing, which is what I'm doing. Which is also why when I say things like people should sponsor me, and when I mean people, I mean like companies like Gatorade, because I drink the shit out of Gatorade. I don't really fuck with sodas, but I would definitely do a Sprite commercial. Royal Crown hair grease, Johnson & Johnson baby oil, Jergens. Give me a job. I'll work. Because I damn sure don't want to be on YouTube or all these other sites saying, here, this is my Patreon. No, I don't want to do that. Because I'm poor. And I know that only poor people can relate to my story. And I don't want to take more money from poor people when they got families to feed and shit like that. And, I went to a GalaxyCon once. I'm not going to reveal the celebrity. I love him. But I couldn't pay $60 for a selfie or $60 for a picture of him. Or I had to choose between eating and taking a picture. Mind you, I paid $60 to get into the event. And when you are poor, you have to manage your money. When you are a celebrity, you definitely should manage your money. Because, as a celebrity, without the fans, you don't get a lot of work. You don't get to eat. Or you don't get to live the lifestyle that you prefer. Which is why, when I make it, I am not changing my lifestyle. I am not going to go buy expensive cars and all this other shit. My Honda's great. I'm great with my Honda. I'm a simple guy. I am not hard to please. Now, I will say, I have some trains of thought that are hard to please. But as for me personally, I'm not hard to please. It's just a matter of principle or whatever. Now, let me get back into this brown paint real fast. I can paint my hair. But, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I want my bills paid. I want to be able to have some spending money. But I'm also not that guy to go buying shit that I don't need. Now, there are some occasions. I also do not treat myself. Yeah, I rarely ever treat myself. I got a PlayStation 4 because I wanted it. I didn't need it. I barely play the damn thing now that I'm in school again. I will attempt to play some more Mass Effect Legendary Edition tonight. But, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna do that. No. But as far as my wants, I don't really have too many of them. No, not really. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with having wants. If that's the thing you want to do, then, if you got the money and the means, which I don't have, then you knock yourself out. No judgment on my end. I don't have the right to judge you. I have the right to judge anybody other than myself. But who am I? I am not the guy that's going to sit here and say, well, you shouldn't waste your money on this or that. No, I'm not that guy. But I'm also the guy who's not going to waste his money on this or that. And I'm not going to waste my time judging you on why you're buying this or that. I do not live above my means, which is a mistake most people make. Most people make that mistake. They start living above their means, and then shit goes from bad to worse because they don't manage their money. And then they wind up losing everything or lose touch with reality. And then somebody's got to pay the piper. I'm never going to be in that situation where I don't have money to pay for something. Because I'm going to make sure that my rent's always paid. I'm going to make sure that, my needs are met. Like I said, I don't have a lot of wants. I'm going to make sure that my needs are tended to. I don't have any children, so I don't have to worry about that. And I don't know if I want children. So, maybe right woman come along. Maybe that right woman is Zeta Zhang. That was supposed to stay in my head. But anyway, it would really be the woman's choice. Because she has to do all the hard work. But also, I don't have abandonment issues. And I would never abandon my wife or my child. Under no circumstances. I honor my word. If I have anything else, I have my honor. And that's just me. But, I do know that shit happens. A lot of shit is unacceptable. But I know this shit happens. But I also know that that's also a horrible ass excuse. You don't want to do something. You say you don't want to do something. It's the same thing like if I tell you I'm going to do something and something comes up so that I can't do it, it's still going to get done. It's just not going to get done on your time frame. And if I can't do it at all, I will call you and let you know in advance. You may want to find someone else. I don't think I'm going to have the time to be able to get it done. It's not that difficult, people. It's really not that difficult to be honest with other people. It's really not. We just choose not to be honest because it's the easier thing to do than to just sit there and say, all right, look, I weighed the pros and cons on this, and I can't help you. It's not that difficult. It's not that damn difficult to be honest. Most people are not honest because they are afraid of the results. Well, if you ain't going to do this, then we can't be friends. I'm like, okay, so be it. Then we can't be friends anymore. I don't have a problem with that. But that's the problem. You should be honest. And you should mostly be honest with your friends and family. There's no harm in honesty. How people deal with the honesty is where the harm comes in. They don't like the fact that you were honest about it. Okay. That's kind of on them. You didn't lie about it. You say, look, man, I just can't do it. And I am one of those people. I would much rather you tell me the truth straight to my face than lie to it. We're like, nah, James, nah. Okay, well, now it works. Because you were honest about it. It's like, yeah, I just can't do it right now. Or I can't do it ever. Excuse me. But at least I'll know that you can't do it. You know, and that would be better for us both because then the friendship is spared. No one's upset. And everything is hunky-dory. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because I'm still friends with my guy who was supposed to put special effects in my stuff. And if he would have just told me he couldn't do it, then I would have my product. No, it wouldn't have gotten taken from him. I would have found someone else to do it. You know, and that would have been fine. Now, I'm not mad at him because shit happens. You know, I'm mad at the principle of, if we're friends, you should be able to be honest with me. You should be able to tell me no, and I should be able to accept it and keep moving forward. A lot of people can't do that because a lot of people are scared to say no to people. Or a lot of people are scared the price of no. Alright? There is no price to no if you're truly a friend. You know, if you're truly someone's friend, they can say no to you and know that they can say no to you. And it won't be any sweat off the balls of the friendship. No. Because I would much rather a friend tell me, hey man, I can't do it, than, hey man, everything's set, let's go. And then you get everything set on your end, and something goes horribly fucking wrong on their end. And so now, you're out back, which fucking sucks. You know. But if you're honest from the jump, you know, if you're honest from the fucking jump, then you and your friend will be just fine, if they're your real friend. And that's just the way I feel. I could be wrong, you might not like it, but it is what it is. You know, and the only damn thing you can really do is be a tiny bit angry about it. You can't be like, alright, well, fuck this motherfucker. You know, you can't do that because motherfucker's honest about it, and there's no worries. However, people don't understand how honesty really works. And sometimes I don't understand it, but, you know, it might not be so much as that we don't understand it. It might just be the fact that we're more hurt by it than we want to admit. And that's how shit goes from bad to worse. Sorry, I need to concentrate right there. And right there. I'm trying to make the ground a little dark. Understand that painting takes concentration and finesse. Guess which one I don't have? You guessed it. I don't have finesse. You know, once I get all the other stuff colored in, the ground yard, graveyard, or whatever, then I'll surround it all in brown. In fact, I probably should do that right now while I'm down on this end of the paint. Now, one thing you gotta understand about painting, yeah, it takes work. Remember that thing I said about not having finesse? This is where that comes into play. I'm leaving just enough space so that when I screw up with the red marker, you won't really be able to tell. Hey, like I said, 99.9 on YouTube. And I just fucked up, but that's okay. You'll never know. So yeah, accountability, man. Accountability. Accountability goes a long way with me. And in my other video, as I explained to you guys how bad my life actually is, you know. If you're watching this video, then you've probably watched them all in order. And if you haven't, I'm sorry. But I talked some honest to God shit there. No. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that if my family ever sees the video, they're not going to be happy. And at this point, I no longer really give a flying fuck. Because they are, hands down, some of the cause of my problems. But again, that accountability, man. I talked about my sibling and how she kept throwing I had a choice in my face until when she found out how much having a choice I actually had when I didn't really have a choice. And that's the thing, you know, you don't know what someone goes through when you haven't walked a mile in their shoes. I mean, you can think about it, but you can never truly experience it. Even if they tell you, you still kind of look at it with the side eye and you're like, oh, you're just saying that shit, you're just saying that shit. And like I said in the other videos, you know, people will think that some people are saints, but that's because their actions don't affect you. And you know, when those actions affect you, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe he wasn't lying about this shit after all. And that's the way it is. That's the way the world works. A lot of people think that some people are just God-given saints, and they're not. But because they appear to be a saint to you, it's kind of like when the Bible talks about false prophets and shit. Yeah, I went biblical. No. It's gonna happen. And I try not to bring religion into this channel, this page, whatever you want to call it. But you know, every now and again, biblical shit will rear its head. I try not to do it here. But you know, state of fact, you know, sometimes you have to go back to the old book to prove a point. And some people are not saints. No matter how they treat you, you have to see how they treat their own. And if you treat somebody else better than you treat your own, how dare you call yourself a saint? How dare you call yourself a saint when you prevent your own from success but have no problem helping someone else? And that's where I come from. And again, my family might see it, they might not. But they're not going to like it, but it's 1,000% the truth. And, you know, in that video I talked about the woman that buried me life and how she was mad about my late nephew, but prevented me from having one foul ounce of success. You know, and the family's not going to like that video. And I don't give a flying fuck. Because I wouldn't be here right now if people wouldn't have gotten in my way that's kin to me. If people would have made responsible choices about having children. And I would have been able to go out and do what I wanted to do in my life instead of having to take care of them and their children. And if then the same people would like take accountability. Like, no, we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We didn't make you do it. You're right. Somebody else made me do it. Again, no accountability. Accountability is very important. No. I take my responsibility in my accountability. Alright? I should have said no. When I ran away and stayed with my uncle, I should have just kept going. When I went to go live and visit my father for a couple of days because I was coming home to do some improper stuff involving a handgun and target practice being human targets. You know, I should have just never came back. But I suffer from superhero syndrome. I suffer from, oh, I can hold my family together. I can hold my brothers and my sisters together and be the hero that I am in my head. No, I couldn't. And I shouldn't have even attempted. And I'm going to tell you, there's a price with being the good guy. There is a price to pay with being the good kid. There is a price that I am no longer willing to pay. I am no longer going to sit here and be everybody's little bitch and do what the fuck they want me to do. You know, there's a time where you reach fuck it. You guys have no many ideas how many times that I have reached fuck it. Yeah, how many times I've cried myself to sleep at night thinking tomorrow is going to be a better day. Thinking tomorrow that somebody is going to actually give a shit. And no change. No, it's our fault that you're where you are. No, we're not going to help you reach out to actors and producers to achieve your dream. We're just going to keep getting in the way. We're going to interrupt your videos. Give it a minute. I'm sure somebody's going to knock on that door. They're not going to see these goddamn lights. Give it a minute. If I can get to this video, I'm sure you guys can hear the background noise. If I can get to this video without an interruption, that would be a fucking miracle. You know, a lot of people just don't want to take accountability. You know, a lot of people want to place the blame, but no one wants to accept it when they actually are at fault. You know, that's something that a lot of people, especially in my family, just refuse to acknowledge. Like, literally refuse to acknowledge that shit. This is why I said if I had a choice, I would have never left the Army. And if they could have found me work with my fucked up ass hip, I'd have took it. If the Army offers me a job training people in martial arts, I'll take that shit tomorrow. Like, we'll pay you whatever you want. We'll station you wherever you want. Now, like, alright, then you station me in Hawaii. I will train everyone in the most dangerous martial arts that I know. And there we go. Because I know you see those damn lights. Anyway, you guys, I'm not gonna edit that. I can't edit it. But yeah, you know, like I said, someone's gonna interrupt it. I told you, give me a minute. It took 5, but you know, it still happened. And they're still fucking talking. Even though I know those goddamn lights are working. I know you see them damn lights. My entire YouTube page does not need to know who the hell farted. Yeah, like I said. The lights, damn it! No, you're not. You got other children. Call them. Anyhow, like I said, accountability. Accountability is a great thing when people actually take it. It is not a great thing when people do what you've just witnessed. No, I'm not going to take accountability for it. It didn't happen. It wasn't me. You know, I think I proved my point. But yeah, you know, there's that 99.9 that I keep giving y'all. You know, so when people are gonna go back and watch this video, they're like, oh, well, I guess he wasn't bullshitting about that shit. No, no. I completely was being honest. It's kind of why I stopped the last video, because of my niece hollering and screaming at the top of her damn lungs. And she's like 2 or 3, so she gets a hall pass. But as for the adults, you don't get a hall pass because there's nothing wrong with your fucking eyesight. No. Again, this is a daily thing. This is, like I said, this is why I have no support whatsoever. This is why I'm making life changes. This is why I'm cutting people out of my life, because I am sick and tired of being the only one in the family who has nothing. Tired of crying myself to sleep at night because I can't succeed at whatever I want to do with my life, because everybody and their mama and my mama just have to keep fucking it up. And don't give a damn that they're doing it. Don't give a damn. Don't acknowledge it. But this goes back to what I said about how dare you stop me from achieving my dreams, but is mad that someone else has passed and can't achieve theirs. But I'm right here, and you're constantly stopping me from achieving my dreams. And you guys let me know if you think I'm in the wrong. I mean, you literally heard me say, I know you see those damn lights at least 20 times, and they're still talking. Excuse me. Still fucking talking. Even though I've gone off about the goddamn lights, still talking. Still freaking talking. But I'm sure you all will chalk that up to, oh, James, you're just over-exaggerating. You're doing too much. You gotta be extra. No. Being extra would be if I named all you bastards. But I'm not gonna give you guys the satisfaction of destroying what's left of my hopes and dreams. It's not gonna happen. But it seems like, the more I try, the harder it gets. And then when I say something, I'm automatically in the wrong. And like I said, make no mistake, I am the bad guy. I'm just honest about it. Which a lot of people are not. A lot of people just refuse to be honest. A lot of people just think that they could just keep doing what they're doing because it's been working for them for 40 years. Let's just make James suffer. He's the only child that doesn't matter. Let's just make him do it. No, I matter. I just don't matter to y'all. And that is the down-home difference maker that I mention every time. Now, a kid knows. Understand. A kid knows when they are not being treated right. A kid knows when everything in their life is going to hell in a handbasket and who's fucking responsible for it. Now, the adults who underestimate the children, you're the idiots. But understand that a kid knows. It's another reason why I say knowing where you stand is probably nothing more important in life than knowing where you stand. Like, literally, there's nothing more important in life than knowing where the fuck you stand. And most people won't give you that. Most people will smile in your face and stab you in the back at the same time. I know you just thought, how the hell can you smile in my face and stab me in the back at the same time? It's called a reach around, buddy. For those who are not aware of that. Reach around stabs happen all the time. You ever go to heaven or hell and meet Julius Caesar, ask him about that shit. He was stabbed by 15 of his best friends. I think even his wife got a stab. Not gonna swear to that because history is covered in mysteries and lies, and we deal with whatever the fuck the teachers are allowed to teach us. that's how that works. No, they don't allow teachers to give us the full-on curriculum on certain things. And yes, my back is fucking killing me. I think I need you. So, yep, definitely was you. But you know, when you're not given the truth, you kind of gotta speculate. And when you gotta speculate, you gotta try and get everything as best as your ability to receive it. You know, and sometimes speculation isn't good for you either, because speculations can be wrong. You know, you can't always speculate, because sometimes whatever you were taught, the speculation could be wrong. And you gotta do your damn research, which is why it's always important to do your research. And FYI, I am still researching Native American cartoon superheroes. And the reason why the word speculate is up in my head, because when I talked about Brave Star, I googled him. Excuse me, not Brave Star, Black Star. And it said that he is speculated to be of Native American descent. So it's not a yes, but it's not a no. No. So that's like, oh, well, that's just fan-fucking-tastic. So I'm going to count Black Star as a Native American. You guys can do what you will, because the only person that really knows is probably dead, and that would be the guy who wrote the goddamn show. You know, all we know for sure is John Blackstar's an astronaut, and he's basically the male version of Snow White, just on a different planet. And shit happens. That's pretty much all I can give you, other than go Google the show and watch it. Now we gotta do some real careful handwork in here. But you guys are gonna enjoy this picture when it's done. Now, at least I hope you're gonna enjoy this picture when it's done. There will be places that I cannot get this big brush in, so we're gonna have to revert to the little guy. I'm gonna do the best I can with this guy until I can't. Alright, we gotta get the other brush now. There you are. But yeah, you know, accountability. Accountability goes real far. You know, and most people don't want to take accountability. And again, a lot of that is because they're fear of the reactions of the people who they've done wrong stuff to. My family has wronged me, and they have wronged me big time. They have robbed me of my youth and my life. And if I live another 25 years, I intend on living my best life. I intend on not watching another child as long as I'm breathing, unless that child is mine. And since I don't have any children, I don't have any worries. You know, I am not watching my great nieces and my great nephews' kids. I am not going to be a 60-year-old bum that has nothing and has wasted and regretted my life because of my siblings and their choices, that instead of thinking before making the choices, they just made the choices. Because in my other video, I specifically talk about how my siblings live in the fuck you, I do what I want principle, until doing what is right is the only thing that they can do left. I've never lived like that. I've always done the right thing, and unfortunately, there is a price to pay with doing the right thing. They don't tell you that in the superhero handbook. That there is a price to pay for doing the right thing. There's a saying about no good deed ever goes unpunished. That shit is 1,000% the truth. No good deed ever goes unpunished. You rarely get thank yous with good deeds. Rarely. So keep that shit in mind when you want to do somebody a favor. When someone asks you nicely, can you do this? Can you do that? Remember this conversation? And yes, that's me trying to stretch out my back because it hurts like shit. No. But here's my niece raising hell again. I'm gonna have to go jump down her throat because I know they see these goddamn lights. And so now I'm gonna paint everything red, just to get that out the way before I flip this paper and start painting the other things, the colors that they need to be painted. I think the next time I go to Michael's, I'm gonna see if they have specific extra paints, because I use a fuck ton of red in my shit, a fuck ton of yellow, you know, the primary colors that I use, that I tend to go through the most. You know, it would definitely help. It also sucks that I can't stay in a line with shit. Yeah, that's like the biggest default of my painting skills is that I cannot stay in a line. I mean, that thing I said about accountability, I can't blame anybody for that but me. No, because staying in the line is hard as fuck. But I also bought new pens, so I'm gonna need pens, new paintbrushes. I'm gonna need to break them out soon and toss these things, and I hate to do it, but I'm only gonna toss the ones that like are like falling apart, like the follicles, the hair, whatever the hell they use to make it. Sadly, this is one that's gonna have to go too, and it's like it sucks when you have to get rid of something, especially when it serves you so well. But yeah, sadly, I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, I only use watercolors because they're easier, and you can always dab out the excess paint. Also, if you're gonna paint with these, you should probably have a Q-tip or a few Q-tips, and that will help you with the excess paint on the lines. As you all know, when I draw these, I draw them in pencil, I ink them, then I erase the pencil. It's a trick I learned from Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld when they worked for Marvel. You know. But yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't hurt to be able to do this shit. You know. And my other pics that are right there, I didn't know if I wanted to like extend them or add more to them. I'm pretty much liking where they are, so I'm pretty much not gonna touch them because if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. No. And there's more people who clearly can't see my goddamn lights or just don't give a shit. And like I said, you know, I don't have any kind of support. Like whatsoever. I have no family support. And this is another reason why my career is always on the back burner because everyone is all about them, and I also was all about them. So now that I'm going to be all about me, no one wants to support me or my dreams, and so I gotta fucking do some separation. No, I got to start being selfish. I got to start looking out for me, because this shit right here, it ain't never gonna stop. And it ain't never gonna stop unless I stop it. And so I intend on stopping it. I'm not gonna keep being my family's bitch. I'm not gonna keep having everybody do better than me, even the second generation of kids, and I'll be damned if the third generation is gonna be better than me too. Fuck that shit. So, hopefully when you watch my videos, you'll get where I'm going. Alright? So, I'm gonna end this video before the painting, and when I come back, I will show you guys the finished painting, because I clearly can't paint and talk and make a video while everyone else is talking. So at some point and sometime, there'll probably be between 10 and 11 videos posted on my YouTube channel. And you guys, if you're watching, this is what I've been doing. You know, I also need to contact 99 to see what they have going on for tonight. I also need to find a person in the cameraman, and we're gonna end this right now because somebody just told the entire universe that somebody is doo-dooing. Thanks for watching. This is Comfort Heaven number 2. Be seeing you.